Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Rob Doherty. That's right, that's my real fucking name. Robert Eugene Doherty. I started this show 9 weeks ago. Oof. It feels like 9 months ago. 9 weeks ago, I started this show because I was having a very difficult time coping with the fact that I wasn't going to be able to see my family, my friends. I wasn't going to be able to go to events, concerts, the Minahan show. Just wasn't dealing with it well. And not that I'm dealing with it any better now, but this is a coping mechanism for me. And it's a way for me to make my friends and my family laugh. And they laughed. And they liked it. So I just kept doing it. And now here I am doing it for you guys. I hope you laugh. Maybe it's not for you. I don't fucking know. But here I am. Around me, you're going to see all these random things. I'll put it on a list at the very end of the episode. It's just things that I've collected over my lifetime that I have, that my mother should have thrown out and never did. And now I'm using it. Why not? My basement looks like a fucking shithole. And my wife, who I'm going to get to next, who is right up there, she's not dead. That makes it look like she's dead, I guess, if I'm pointing like this. I forget. But she's a saint. Her name's Megan. She is fantastic. She's also the executive producer of the show, which means she tells me what can and cannot go out to you people. Because sometimes she'll watch it and she'll say, you can't say that. Well, you can't do that, which is fine because I need something. So she'll watch it from beginning to end and take something out. Justin, last week, I got censored the first week. I didn't know there was any nudity. Couldn't have nudity. So I'm sorry, no nudity, which kind of holds me back a little, not going to lie. But yeah, last week I was supposed to have the big black meme dick guy. He was above the toilet, and Justin replaced it with John Henry's family. Yeah, the comedic instincts on that one fucking through the roof. I hope, just because there's no nudity, now that I look over here, I hope that doesn't mean we can't use dildos, because I have a giant dildo right here. This is a big fucking dildo, a giant one. The biggest one that I know, that I can think of right here in my hand. And I hope we can use it. I do. I hope it doesn't get censored. This weekend was supposed to be an excellent weekend for the Doherty household. We had leveled off our backyard. We were going to have a brand new swing set looking like this. We were going to have a brand new deck that was going to look like this. We were going to have a pool like this. And instead, we got this. City inspectors, always the life of the party. Very sensible, reasonable, not the type of people that are just going to want to bend you over a desk, spank you on the bottom, and make them call you daddy. Not those type of people at all. It's the Thursday before Memorial Day. That puts everything back about 5 days. Not those type of people. Not even going to say that. No way. Life of the party. Always those city inspectors. Let's jump into the news, which isn't really even news. The first story, I had to start with incest because that, Mike, mother, that stuff, I had to start here. If you haven't seen this new TV show that's on TLC, it's not even new. There's one season of it, but I guess the first season wasn't as good as this season. Meet the uncomfortably close mother-daughter duos of Smothered Season 2. Mother's love knows no bounds, but these moms know no boundaries. And this is for damn sure. First couple, there's two of them. This one's Mary and Brittany. I'm going to read the quote first. There's so many mom and daughters out there that aren't close. And if they think it's weird, it's because they're not close. Okay. She tells the New York Post. I think to have a daughter is a blessing for a mother. Amen to that. The closeness is a bond that a mother and daughter need to have, and in this day and age, I don't see a lot of it. So I don't care what other people say. She doesn't care about what other people say about her doing this with her daughter. Like, I have both voluntarily and involuntarily watched some weird porn at some point in my life. I thought they were the worst, but then I think this is probably worse. Masha and Elena. Masha, who adopted Elena from Siberia and calls her my true one love on screen, wouldn't let her daughter have a puppy while she was growing up. Neither did my parents. You know, a puppy. I can barely control mine now. Never mind when I was 8, 9, whatever. Instead, Masha, the mother, became a puppy, waking Elena up by licking her face the way a puppy might. Okay, that in itself, a little weird. But, okay. When she was little, it was hard to wake her up, so I'd go in and lick her like a dog, says Masha. We had so much fun doing it, it cemented the way we feel about each other. As Elena grew older and started wearing makeup, sometimes a lick turned into a nibble instead, they say. She used to do that more when I was a kid, but now she just comes in and kisses me a lot. That's a fucking nightmare. Everybody watching this show. I mean, I know probably everybody's had a good relationship with their mom, especially Mike. But can you imagine your mother waking you up every morning with a nibble and a lick? Nibble and licking? That's a nightmare you wake up from. Like I said, except for Mike, which is fine. But fucking crazy. Show's crazy. Check it out. Peruvian mayor, new story. Peruvian mayor poses as corpse to avoid arrest for flouting lockdown. The mayor of a town in Peru posed as a dead coronavirus victim by lying in a coffin while wearing a face mask to avoid being arrested for violating lockdown rules. Jamie Rolando Urbina Torres. Jamie Rolando Urbina Torres. That's a good name. Was out drinking with friends in Tantara on Monday when he allegedly played dead to throw off cops who arrived to bust him. Torres was detained for violating curfew and social distancing laws. Police claim the mayor staged the scene. It wasn't immediately clear where he and his pals were. Here's the question I had. Or why there were open caskets nearby. Like, I hope to God when this thing's over, there's not going to be caskets on the fucking streets. Can you imagine Mayor Marty trying to jump in one of those? He'd have a tough time. Marty! Oh, God. He is entertainment. He's entertainment. Next one. This is something I read that caused debate in this house, and I think it's going to cause debate where you are, too. It's called the shopping trolley theory. Shopping cart theory, sorry. And it's dividing the internet. The heated discussion sparked when a Twitter user, Jared from Atlanta in the U.S., along the caption, I can't fucking stop thinking about the shopping cart theory. Essentially, it's this. You're done shopping. You put the stuff in the trunk. You have the shopping cart. You are about probably 2 lanes away from the corral. You've all been there. What do? I, 100% of the time, put it in the corral. I'm a big corral guy. Or the only other excuse is if the guy's coming with all of them and you're helping him out. This theory says this. To return the shopping cart is objectively right. Simultaneously, it's not illegal to abandon your shopping cart. Therefore, the shopping cart presents itself as the apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it. Now, the people throwing in all this stuff. What if I have my kids with me? What if I have this? Well, you put the kids in the car and then you lock the door. Someone said, what about the handicap? It's against the handicap. The handicaps are in the cots anyways. I don't think they're using cots. Like, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. 100%. I asked her upstairs, Saint Megan. She said 80% of the time she usually does it. So 20% of the time she's an asshole. That's tough to take. It's tough to take. What's your thoughts? How many times are you an asshole? Are you 50% an asshole? Are you 100% an asshole? Do you never put it back? You just leave it right beside your car every time? Well, then you're an asshole. Asshole. We're going to end this episode on a little squeezy jibs action. This is the other funny part of this thing is that this table was put together with the ping pong screws of a ping pong table. And my friends can't wait for it to fall over. It's going to fall over at some point. And I'm going to continue to do the show. Squeezy Jibs hustled his way to my heart. He hustled his way to 88 nugs. Then I come to find out that he's a ladies' man. He's a big time ladies' man. I don't even want Megan to go on the computer to see this because I don't know if she can resist. First one. Squeezy Jib says, hey, you looking for a guy to rescue you from quarantine? Then she says, I'm fine by myself. I don't need some wannabe Prince Charming. He says, what about Prince Shaman? Prince Shaman with the toilet paper. He's got 3 rolls. He says he doesn't usually clean. He says, I don't normally clean my toilet, but I'll clean it for you. For her, he'll clean his toilet. That stuff you can't teach. You can't teach you can't teach that game. You can't teach that game. And then we'll go out on a Squeezy Jibs quote that kind of just brings it all together. This whole quarantine. It just sums it up in one sentence. Beautifully. Just beautifully. I can't wait till we are back in a world where asking a hookup if they've been tested means 4 crotch sores. Crotch sores. Me too, Squeezy Jibs. Me too. That was the news. Hope you enjoyed it. Top 10 list up next. Top 10 list of sports movies. And I need to get into the sports movie mood. I'm not going to be wacky and dressing up every week, but sometimes I do. So this is one of those weeks. Look at this. Still looking good. 20 years later. Ropes. Frozen ropes. Boom. Top 10 list of sports movies. The way this works is this is all me. All my opinion. No grading scale. Not anything. Just one man's opinion for 9 picks. And then the executive producer, she gets 1 pick a week. Starting this week at number 10 on the top 10 list of sports movies, we're going to go with the executive producer pick, and that would be Remember the Titans. Good movie. Denzel Washington gets the blood flowing a little. Earlier in earlier episodes, I said it was a reason to cry. There's like 3 really crying points in that movie during that story. It spawned 2 fantastic TV characters, Opie from Sons of Anarchy and Avon Barksdale from The Wire. So there you go. It probably would have been in my 30s, 20s, 30s. Number 9. Number 9, I was going with a hockey movie. I was choosing between Slapshot, Miracle, and this movie. The reason why I chose this movie is because 12-year-old me, every single day it snowed, and we had a snow day, I would watch this movie and order a Domino's pizza, 2291330. I still remember the number. That would be the Mighty Ducks. I love the Mighty Ducks. I did. I used to watch it all the time. Gordon Bombay. I used to watch it all the time. And then funny too, you think Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett was in that movie. Is there anybody doing worse than Jussie Smollett? The answer is yes. It would be Goldberg. Goldberg's doing worse than Jussie Smollett. Poor Goldberg. Number 8, I'm going with White Men Can't Jump. White Men Can't Jump. I used to dominate this movie on TBS and TNT. This movie and Above the Rim were 2 movies that were on TBS and TNT every weekend when I was right in that age, 15, 16, 17. Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson, good stuff. Good stuff. Rosie Perez in her prime. In her prime, Rosie Perez. Number 7. Number 7 is I needed to get at least one movie. At least one. I was hoping to get at least one movie on this list that I actually watched in a movie theater where I love to be. I love movie theaters. I go to the movies all the time. I go by myself. I get a popcorn. I get a Coke. Get some nachos. I love it. My number 7 is Creed. I went in there with not too high expectations, and I came out with a top 10 favorite movie of all time. It was just a great movie. Great movie. Had the heart pumping the whole time. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal movie. Number 6, I'm going with the Karate Kid. And if you grew up when I grew up and you didn't know the Crane, fucking broken glass at my feet here. I'm training with the bare foot. Cracking glass. Wax on, wax off. Cobra Kai. All that good stuff. Karate Kid. Number 5, League of Their Own. Other than Forrest Gump, I think A League of Their Own is Hanks' best movie. He plays a serious character. He plays the comedic relief. That movie, it's a good Tom Hanks movie. Very good. Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan. It's worth to live by, kid. I love that line. Number four, I'm going with Wesley Snipes' second movie in the top 10. There's another actor that also has 2 movies in the top 10 that is kind of lesser known. But I'm going with Wesley Snipes' second movie, and that would be Major League. Euchre, Euchre, Euchre. I could watch and listen Norm and Artie tell those stories on excuse me, tell those stories on Stern all day. I love that movie. Number three is the classic underdog story, the $1 million budget, the $225 million profit. That's Rocky. That's what started it all, is Rocky. So people travel to Philadelphia to run up the stairs, is Rocky. You know? Yo, Adrian! Rocky. Anytime he does this, it's Rocky. You know? Number two, I'm a basketball guy. Big time basketball guy. So number 2, gotta be Hoosiers for me. Picket fence works every time. The double screen at the top. You coming around. Jimmy Chipwood, Rob Doherty, Kirk Minahan. It works for everybody. It will work for everybody. And number 1 on the top 10 list of sports movies, that would be Caddyshack. Could it be anything else for me? I've watched it the most. I've laughed the most. I quote it the most. It's just the best sports movie for me. It is. It's my favorite comedy of all time. It's for sports fans. It doesn't get any better. It does not get any better. And I'm sure you guys everybody has their own list. This just happens to be mine. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me get this fucking thing off. Holy crap. I had to take all the pads out to make it fit on my head. Oof, man. We're going to go with a movie, a TV show, and then the song that I danced to tonight in the kitchen. First, we'll go with the movie. That would be Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, The DeLorean. All 3 of them are pretty entertaining. The first one is the best, by far. There's also a documentary on Hulu that is very good to watch. Strongly recommended. The TV show is a show that I just finished, the 6th season that just came out about 2 weeks ago, and that would be Bosch on Amazon Prime. Real gritty crime, Titus Welliver, Marlo Stanfield. Again, the wire tree just goes everywhere. Everywhere. The wire tree just grows and grows. And that's an excellent show. Excellent show. The song that I danced to tonight in the kitchen would be My Boogie Shoes by Casey. Hope you enjoyed it. More to come. Love you all. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this will be over soon. We can get out and have a beer together.